Hi, hello, it's me, Julian Greystoke, indie author and tarot reader, and another month has gone by, so that means it is time for a new tarot reading for the beginning of our April. Wow, how is it already April? I don't know or understand how that happened, but here we are. Today we're just gonna do a 3-card reading instead of the 5 because I have a lot of videos to film today and limited time to film them in. So what we do here is we just do a monthly reading just to see how our writing life, our writing careers are gonna go in the next month, maybe, you know, according to a stack of very well decorated pieces of paper. If you're new to my tarot reading style, I do not take myself too seriously. I'm not all like woo-woo and probably have a slightly different style from what you're used to seeing, and if that is cool to you, then stick around because I love doing this. So how was everybody's month in March? How was everybody's March? My March was so busy. Like, looking back on my March, it's just like wall-to-wall things happening. Every single day I was getting up and I was working on either projects for like starting to become a small business or projects for the house, just big stuff. So unfortunately my actual like drafting and editing kind of fell by the wayside, but I'm hoping we can pick it back up this month. Oh my goodness, spilling cards everywhere. Let's see what we have. What is our first card, which in a 3-card draw would be sitting in like the past position, so maybe giving us some hints as to how the previous month went for us. We have the Queen of Cups, which is a snail on some mushrooms. Look at her. Look at her. By the way, obviously we're using my animal deck again. People were really liking it and I'm still getting to know it, so I figured let's use it again. If you'd like to use one of my other decks next time, let me know. So the Queen of Cups in the upright position is all about emotionality and empathy, following your feelings, not necessarily relying on just like logic, but trusting your gut, and also kindness to others. Curious why it's a snail. Anyway, I just read in the book why it's a snail, and it represents the slow and steady wins the race, go at your own pace kind of mentality, so that's cool. So looking back on this month, were we following our emotions? Were we being empathetic? I know that we talked about last month finding maybe a guide, because I think we had like the Hierophant. I think it was the Hierophant. Anyway, we had something that was like maybe finding a guide, finding someone outside of ourselves to like help us. And did we do that? And did we do so with empathy? Maybe we did. Now let's get the second card, which is in the present position. So us right now. Oh my goodness, I can't shuffle today, and I could barely shuffle on a good day. We have the 2 of Pentacles, and it's a goat. I love goats. Goats are great. This deck does give me a lot of pentacles, which represents like earthly things and money in particular. So this deck is like, make that bank, girl. Okay, so this one really does speak to me because this one is like exactly where I personally am at the moment. This card is like all about hustle and balance. So especially right now, I am doing a lot of things. I'm trying to balance working on the house with working on my potential career as like a full-time artist, and just like I've been getting so much done and splitting myself in a million different directions and being pretty successful at it, but this card does warn that that's not going to last forever and I need to watch out for burnout. So while I am the majestic mountain goat perching precariously atop the mountain, I have to make sure that I don't fall. Do you feel like you're in the same position as that? Have you been like handling a lot lately and also killing it? Because yeah, but we do have to be careful about that balance. And finally, what is in store for our April? The final card is the 4 of Cups. Cups again. Cups is obviously water, but it's also magic and feminine energy, creativity. Okay, I think this one fits really well with what we've been talking about so far. This one is all about that burnout, that exhaustion, that feeling apathy towards everything. Opportunities come your way and you don't notice them because you're just feeling too apathetic. But it's because you needed that break. And so that moment of sort of apathy, of tuning out, won't last forever. But I think this is definitely like giving us the heads up, those of us who have been really on the grind like myself, giving us the heads up that we need to find a way to even that out because it is not sustainable. But yeah, this card is definitely warning me that burnout is headed my way at full speed and I had better be careful. And same for you. If you have been doing all of the things, been on the grind, been getting it done, watch out for that burnout. At least this deck thinks so, and I'm inclined to agree. I know I've been seeing a lot of people on like Twitter talking about really hitting the wall and having some writer's block, so be on the lookout for that as you go. Remember that you can take a little break from your book, that you don't need to write every day, or maybe if you're hitting some writer's block, you need to come at it from a completely different angle. Also, I know we have Camp NaNoWriMo coming up. I don't know exactly when, because I don't usually participate in it, but this might also be warning anybody who's going into Camp Nano to be careful not to get too burnt out while you're trying to like hit that word count. So that is our reading for April. Please comment below and let me know how your last month went, whether you think this reading is for me and for you. Are you enjoying my animal deck? Do you want to see it more, or do you want to see some of my other decks come into play? How is your writing life going? I know this was less centered on writing than just sort of life in general, but writing and the bookish career definitely falls in there, because I don't think any one of us, like, we're not Brandon Sanderson. None of us are sitting here just churning out books because we have people to do the other things for us. We have like other life stuff, and sometimes that can get really in the way of our writing career, or we're getting our writing career off the ground, or pushing to publish our next book or whatever, but we're also doing like a bunch of other things. Like, even though I haven't really been writing, I have been doing a lot of writing adjacent things, so I kind of still count it all as part of the scope of my writing career. Let me know down below how that's been going. Have you been getting more words in than me? Because I have been slacking on that for sure. Don't forget that you can purchase my books now on Amazon, and very, very soon, I promise, now that I've got a little bit more time to do it, I will be coming out with a new one. You can also check out my editing services on Ko-fi and possibly on Fiverr if I've gotten that off the ground. I don't think it'll be ready quite yet when this video goes out, but people have been really pleased with my editing services so far, so don't miss out. Thanks so much for joining me, and I will see all of you again next time with whatever it is I happen to be doing next time. Bye!